Hello everyone and welcome back. So the title of this video is my proposed league start ruined? Yes, it is. Which is great. It was bound to happen because every league I've done one and I've never been hit by the nerf bat until now. But this isn't in isolation. Pretty much every build has been hit with a nerf bat. Just some harder than others, and Saboteur is particularly hard hit, and we'll go over that in a minute. I think what GGG have looked to do is simplify the Ascendancies. A lot of builds have seen a take-off of increased damage. Some 50%, some 30%, and in Saboteur's case, 70%. It is across the board, so, you know, it gives us a challenge. We have to pick something different, and I'm thinking, at this point, although I'm holding reservation until I've seen the full patch notes, I'm going to do a Cobra Lash Raider, because that looks insane. Raider and Berserker from their Ascendancies look to have come out of this pretty strong with very few nerfs. It all seems to be buffed. Bit weird in the case of Berserker because that was already really strong, in my opinion, but Raider is also insane, and we'll go over the changes to Raider, which has made it really appealing to me. The other potential is Pathfinder, but I'm thinking Raider purely because the attack speed it gets will be insane. So for my Ascendancy, the plan was to go Pyromaniac, Bomb Specialist, Demolition Specialist, and Born in the Shadows. So what's happened to Pyromaniac, my first choice? They've taken everything off it, apart from the life regen, based on how many mines I've detonated recently, and they've doubled that. So what that means is I only need half as many traps to get the full 10% regeneration. The total regeneration hasn't changed. What they have removed from this, which has affected me quite heavily, is the 20% reduced mana reservation for skills that throw mines. My build was only just on the level where it could throw the full amount of mines without reserving all its mana. And so this would push me over the edge and make me have to repath to fix that. But I mean, that's not insurmountable. That would be fairly easy to fix. I'd lose a tiny bit of damage, nothing to write home about. Now, when we get onto Bomb Specialist, they basically have given what they've added and what they've removed. So in this case, they've added gain 5% increased area of effect for each mine. It already had 4%, so this is a 1% increase in area of effect for each mine that you've thrown. So that's a 1% buff. Now that will give us a slight increase in overlap on our Toxic Rain, which will increase the damage that we deal, but it's not really measurable. They've increased the mine throwing speed if you've detonated mines recently by 5%. They've taken off the 40% increased damage if you've detonated mines recently. That's 40% of our increased damage gone. And they've increased detonation speed from 20% to 25%. Not quite sure what that does with regards to damage, but I don't think it's massive. Now what they have done is heavily buff Demolition Specialist. It's gone from 100% increased effect for auras from mines to 150% increased effect. Assuming we throw 20 mines, this would mean in the old world, because I would get 40% base chance to deal double damage with high impact mines, the 100% would have taken that to 80%. What the 150 does is adds another 20 to that and makes it 100% if I've got at least 20 traps that have detonated at once. So that's a big improvement. It's like 20% more-ish. And then we get to the last one, which is Born in the Shadows. They've taken off 30% increased damage with hits and ailments against blinded enemies. So that now takes our total increased damage from increased to 70 to 0. Now they've also buffed the chance to blind. Well, I say buff, but it's not really a buff, and I'll explain why in a minute. They've taken 25% chance to blind enemies on hit and made it you always blind enemies on hit. Now that sounds really powerful because that will halve their accuracy and it will double your evasion rating. But because mines fire so fast anyway, you only have to hit someone 4 times on average to blind them. A mine would do that on its first volley, and so this has made no difference to the build whatsoever. So we've lost 70% increased damage, and it's just not a great feeling. I ran the maths this morning and I worked out roughly, it's assuming that each mine did 1,000 damage, which again is a way lower figure than they actually do. I'd be losing out somewhere in the order of 1/3 of my damage, so, and this is assuming we only get the damage off the Ascendancies and nothing off the tree, which again isn't the case, but it is a true 70% loss in damage for a gain of 100% chance to double damage. And I worked out 1,600 per mine would be lost out of a total potential 3,600. So that's quite a bit per mine. It's like 1/3. So I'm probably not going to run this build. Now again, I'm holding out for patch notes, because if patch notes come out with some other buff to traps that makes this up, we'll probably continue with it. Because again, I don't like playing untested builds, but so much has changed that it's going to be very, very difficult to suggest any build that is guaranteed to work. We don't have Path of Building yet, so the calculations I've done are all manual. You can see it here, there's scribbles. I actually did maths. It hurts your head, you know, it's really bad for you. They've buffed Cobra Lash to give it 5% more damage per chain not used yet. So against bosses, if you hit the boss first, at level 1, that's 10% more multiplier, which is a little insane actually. And I really enjoyed that skill when I played it the first time it came out. So that's a definite potential for me. So I can't find it. Where is it? I do apologise, we will find this eventually. Raider. So I'm thinking Raider. Why am I thinking Raider? They have changed Rapid Assault from 20% increased attack speed, 5% chance to evade attack hits, 10% chance to gain Onslaught for 10 seconds when you hit a rare or unique enemy, gain Onslaught for 10 seconds on kill. You now get Onslaught, and that Onslaught has 50% increased Onslaught effect. That is huge. That is 20% movement speed, effectively from level 31, which is insane. But it's not actually, it's 30% increased movement speed, because I think it's 20% base and 50% increase would increase that to 30. That is insane. And then on top of that, Avatar of the Chase has 100% increased Onslaught effect, which we have all the time, so we now have 150% effect. That's insane. Your attack speed and your cast speed is also increased by that. We also have 35% more chance to evade melee attacks and projectile attacks. So that's going to be very, very defensive. Now if we go to the other side of the tree, this gives us frenzy charges and a 20% chance to gain those frenzy charges each time we hit a rare or unique enemy. Now that's going to be very, very quick to stack up, especially with the attack speed we're going to get off Onslaught. Now +1 to maximum frenzy charges on top of that gives us 5, and then they have buffed all of the frenzy charge bonuses. So if we go down, what was that? If we go down to Avatar of the Slaughter, they've increased the evasion rating per frenzy charge by 2% up to 10%. They've increased movement speed per frenzy charge by 1% each, up to 4%. They've increased attack speed per frenzy charge up to 4%. And they've increased attack damage per frenzy charge by 2% up to 10%. Now, assuming we get no extras on the tree, that's 40% increased attack damage when you have 4 frenzy charges. Bear in mind, we're going to probably get everything on the tree, that's 70% increased. If we look at the buff that's coming on Cobra Lash, then there's going to be a big more multiplier on top of that, especially if we stack chaining. I think this could be a very, very fast, very, very powerful build, and I really want to try it out. As long as the patch notes look pretty good for this, I think I am going to go this over a Saboteur. Now, I do understand that's probably annoyed a lot of people, and I do apologise. But again, it's very, very difficult to work out what we should play at the beginning of a league, especially when they change everything in the way that they've changed everything. And again, I think it's a good thing. It challenges us to adapt and stops people playing the same character each league and the same flavour of character each league, which just gets boring. So it's all good. If you do like this video, please hit like. If you do hate this video because you've just watched my entire leveling series and now I may not be doing the character, hit dislike. Do feel free to shout at me in the comments. I do apologise yet again. And with that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. You've been watching Altec 2K. Thank you for watching.